Please like the video and subscribe my channel to get updates. Also press bell icon to receive notifications of new uploads. Hello and welcome to Mech and Mess. I am Dr. Ajay Verma, and in today's video we are going to discuss a very important topic as far as engineering graphics is concerned, that is isometric projections. This is a topic which many times confuses the students, teases a lot what type of projections to be drawn, what is the difference between isometric projection and isometric views. All these questions we will answer in this video. So we will go by these points in our video. First point is what is isometric projection. Then we will be discussing isometric axis, isometric lines and isometric planes. Then we will be talking about isometric scale, its RF and its construction. Then we will differentiate between isometric projection and isometric view, a very well known confusing question to the students which we will give answer in this video. And then how to draw isometric projection of simple objects, we will talk about that also. So let us start. So what is isometric projection? When we talk about this question, isometric projection is a pictorial view. Pictorial means it is a three-dimensional view which provides you all the three dimensions of an object, and not only we can show the dimensions in one view, but we can directly measure the dimensions from that particular view. So what is the advantage of isometric projection? It provides you three-dimensional figure. So all the dimensions are visible in one figure only, as compared to orthographic projection where we have to draw multi views, front view separately, top view separately, and then we have to draw the side views also to know the details of an object. But in case of isometric view, we can get all the details in one diagram only. Let me tell you, isometric projection is nothing but it's an orthographic projection, because the rays of light coming out of your eyes are parallel to each other and perpendicular to the screen of projection or board. So it's an orthographic projection in a different position of the object. If you have remembered in my one of my videos, projections of solid part 5, and also auxiliary planes method of projections of solid part 3, I discussed one question of a cube. Say this was the cube, and this cube was resting on HP with one of its corners and raised such that one of its solid diagonals, say from here to this point, one of the solid diagonal was perpendicular to VP. In that particular question, the front view obtained was isometric projection of the cube. So this was the front view in that particular question, if you have remembered that, and this is nothing but isometric projection of a cube. So a cube is situated in the space like that, it is resting on one of its corners and one of its solid diagonal is perpendicular to VP. So what happens in that particular situation? You can see here all these square faces, they become rhombus in that particular view. You can see here all these faces are rhombus, right? And at the same time this point is denoted here with point O. So the lines, recessing lines going from this point, all the three recessing lines are at an angle equal to each other. Say if these angles are alpha, beta and gamma, then these three angles are equal, and because this is 360 degrees angle, so these angles are 120 degree angles here. So all these lines OP, OQ and OR are at an angle of 120 degree with each other. So this is the condition of isometric projection. What else is happening here? Say this is the cube and it is raised like this. Now you can see that all these lines, because of inclination with the VP and HP, these three lines or all the lines are reduced in dimension. If it is 50 mm, this must be appearing lower than 50 mm. What will be that decrease in the dimension? That will be discussed in the isometric scale also. So all these lines are reduced in size, right? So isometric projection, finally we can define it is a pictorial view providing you 3 dimensions of an object in one view. At the same time, it is a special form of orthographic projection. Basically, the orthographic projection and isometric projection both comes under the realm of axonometric projections, means lines parallel to each rays of light lines parallel to each other and perpendicular to the screen. Now we come to the isometric axis lines and planes. Look at this picture. These 3 lines OP, OQ and OR, which are making 120-degree angle with each other, these 3 lines are termed as isometric axis in this particular diagram. All the lines parallel to these 3 lines, means lines parallel to OP, OQ and OR, are isometric lines. So we can say that P to B is parallel to OQ, that is why it is isometric line. This B to Q is parallel to this isometric axis, so it is isometric line, and so on. If a line is not parallel to any one of these 3, say a line is like this, then this line may not be termed as isometric lines. So for a line to be isometric line, it should be parallel to any one of the isometric axis, that is OP, OQ or OR. Okay. Isometric planes are the planes formed by combination of isometric axis or isometric lines. So all these planes, these rhombus appearing here, all these rhombus are isometric planes, right? Now let us come to the isometric scale and what is its RF and all those. So you see here, again we take this cube, when we put it like that, you can see here this figure is actually a square. This is square, and they are appearing as rhombus in the isometric projection. So the true shape of the top face as shown here, this is the rhombus, blue color line, but the true shape is yellow colored line, that is a square. So if I draw a square here to represent the true shape, and this line and this rhombus, blue color rhombus, is representing the isometric plane, while this is the true plane, that is square. So we can form 2 similar triangles here, PBC and PAC. See here. Now let us consider these 2 similar triangles, PAC and PBC. So in triangle, say for example PBC, so in triangle PBC we can write down according to Pythagoras theorem that cos 30 degree is equal to PC divided by PB, or PC is equal to PB cos 30. We can say this is equation number 1. Now in triangle PAC, you can take, in triangle PAC, cos 45 can be written here like PC divided by PA, or you can say PC is equal to PA cos 45 degree. So this is second equation, right? Because these 2 are equal, we can write down PB cos 30 is equal to PA cos 45, or we can write here PB upon PA is equal to cos 45 divided by cos 30, which is equal to cos 45 is 1 by root 2 divided by root 3 by 2, or this is equal to root 2 by root 3, which is equal to 0.816, nearly equal to 0.82. So this fraction, that is, now you can see here, this PB is isometric length and PA is the true length. So this PB is isometric length, PA is true length. So ratio of isometric length to the true length is coming out to be 0.815 or 0.82 approximately, or also equal to 9 by 11. Again, this is approximate value. So we can say that when we tilt the objects like this, the reduction in the length is equal to this one, that is 9 by 11 or 0.82 of the true length, right? And this is nothing but RF of the isometric scale, because RF of isometric scale is denoted by isometric length divided by true length, right? So whenever you are going to draw isometric projection, you have to reduce the dimensions of all dimensions of the diagram, front view or top view, by multiplying the dimension with 9 by 11 or 0.82 or 0.815 exactly, right? So this you have to reduce every time you have to draw the isometric projection. So because of this, the diagram is a little bit shorter, reduced in size compared to the actual one. So this is about the isometric scale. Now let me give you difference between isometric projection and isometric views. Now what happens, for the ease of simplicity, what we do, rather than reducing the dimensions using isometric scale, we take directly and draw the diagram. Because of that, the diagram is a little bit bigger one compared to the isometric projection, nearly 22.5% larger than the actual one, but the shape is exactly different and you can directly take from the diagram the dimensions. So what we do, many times we use isometric scale, many times we don't use isometric scale. So for removing the confusion, when we are using isometric scale and reducing the dimension, then it is called isometric projection. When we are using without the scale and directly taking dimensions from 50, if 50 mm is there, we are taking 50 mm here, then it is isometric views. But remember, whenever there are parts of a sphere or a sphere itself in the diagram, you have to always draw isometric projection. This we will discuss in the next video when we will be talking about isometric projections of spheres, right? So now let us come to the construction of isometric scale. For that, there are two methods. Now construction of isometric scale. So there are two methods. In first method, what we do, we draw a horizontal line and a line at an angle of 45 degree and another line at an angle of 30 degree. So what you have to do, you have to take true length here, 1, 2, 3, 4 and say 5, and say these are centimeters. So this is true length. Then drop these lengths vertically downward like this, means these lines are perpendicular to the horizontal line. So from all these points you drop some lines which are intersecting this line, the line of 30 degree at some points, and these are the isometric distances for the respective points. Say for 2 centimeter you have to take this much of distance from this line and to cut on the isometric projection. In second method, what we do, we draw one horizontal line, one line at an angle of 30 degree, another line at an angle of 45 degree. So 45 nearly here, like this, and these are the true distances 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and say 6 centimeters. Right, now draw lines parallel to this line, which is 45 degree line, so as to cut 30 degree line at some points. So these lines, these points will give you isometric distances. So what you have, any one of the methods you can use, whatever distances you want to cut. So rather than multiplying again and again, you may draw in these isometric scales and directly take distances either from here or from this line. The maximum distance taken here must be equal to the highest distance in the diagram, so that you can take all the dimensions using the isometric scale. Right, now let me give you the difference between the isometric projection and isometric views. Isometric projection is when we are using the scales and drawing the isometric drawings. It means that the diagram is a little bit shorter compared to the actual size. When we do not use isometric scales and draw directly without reducing the dimensions, then that is called isometric views. Why we do so? Because if we don't take the scale, the diagram will be a little bit larger, nearly 22.5% of the actual one, but the shape will be exactly similar. Also, we can directly take dimensions from that particular diagram. Say for example, if you want to take this length, you can directly take that length from there and can use it. So it's a general practice to draw the isometric views, and whenever it is asked that isometric projection is to be drawn, then you have to use the scale and then draw the final drawings. But remember here, whenever a sphere or part of spheres are there in the drawing, you have to go for isometric projection, means you have to use the scales. This we will discuss in the next video when we will talk about isometric projection of spheres. Right, so in case of spheres or parts of sphere involved there, you have to take isometric projections irrespective whatever is written in the problem. Right, so this is the main difference: using scale isometric projection, without using scale isometric views. Now let us come to the how to draw isometric projection or isometric views of objects. So let us have isometric projection of two figures, plane figures here. One is square, another one is rectangle. Now what we do in isometric projection? There are two types of isometric projection: front view and top view. In case of front view, the methodology is a little bit different. In case of top view, it is a little bit different, right? So what we do, for front view, you have to take one line perpendicular and another line at an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. When you have to draw right side view, this side, if you want to draw left side view, then one vertical line and one line at an angle of 30 degree this side. So this will be the left side view, right? So, and this point will be generally the point B. This point generally we are taking, so this is say B. Now to draw B to A, take distance from B to A from here put here and cut so that A is obtained. Similarly, from B to C you can cut here and get the C. If it is isometric projection, you have to reduce these dimensions by 0.82. If it is isometric view, you can directly take from here. Now what to do? Draw line parallel to this line here, and from C also a line parallel to BA, so as to cut at the point D. So this is the isometric projection or view of the square in front view. We are looking from left side. Same may be drawn here, B to C, B to A, then parallel lines, one parallel line parallel to this line, another parallel line parallel to this line, so as to get point D. So this is the isometric projection of a square in the front view. When we talk about top view, what you have to do, take one horizontal line, point B, and two 30-degree lines both the sides, like this. Now you can take B to A distance. From B to A you can cut here, from B to C you can cut this side. Then again draw parallel lines from A and C. A parallel line from A parallel to BC, like this, and a parallel line from C parallel to AB, so as to cut at point D. So this will be the top view of this square. So in this manner you can draw the front view and top view in the isometric projection. For rectangle also the same methodology. For left side view, like this. So you have to take B here. Now B to A you can cut here, B to C say here, then parallel lines from A, a line parallel to this, and from C a line parallel to AB. So this will be D. So this is the isometric projection of the rectangle in from left side. For right side view, the reverse of that is like this. So B, you can take B to C on this line, you can take B to A from here, and then parallel lines, so as to get D. For top view, you have to take two lines at an angle of 30 degree, cut B to C and B to A from taking distances from here. So this is A, this is C, and then parallel lines, so as to obtain the final views, that is D. So this is the top view of the rectangle. Because this is the most important condition, top view. In most of the cases you have to deal with this type of positions, because generally the two shapes of the planes are visible from the top, irrespective whether it is solid or plane figure. So this is the most widely position of the objects, and for that we will be discussing projections of planes, isometric projections of planes in the next video, and then isometric projection of solids in further videos. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching.